Today we are talking about how the actions and feelings of someone you are manifesting right now change when you start working on your identity, your self-concept. This is about taking an honest approach to the assumptions that you have about yourself and the world around you. And when you face yourself with that honesty, your stories, your insecurities, your fears, and you decide that you can make a choice right now and work on seeing yourself differently, working on seeing the world differently, then that world can change with you. Okay, so that's what we are talking about today. But before I get into it, hello everyone. If you're new here, my name is Al. Welcome to my channel. And right now, let's get into today's topic. First of all, I wanted to remind you that working on your self-concept, on your identity, doesn't mean that you are reliving everything that happened in the past. It's about taking a look at the assumptions that were created through experiences in your life and questioning them, asking yourself, is it who I want to be seen as, who I want to feel as? And if it's not, then decide, what is it, who is it that you want to be, how do you want to see yourself, how do you want to feel? And secondly, it's also not about manipulation. We are not manipulating anyone to change their behavior towards us or how they feel and treat us. It is about changing how you feel about and you treat yourself. Is you changing the idea of who you are in this world and how the world reacts to you. When you are working on your self-concept, you realize that the assumptions that you create about people also say something about you, about who you think you are. So the moment that I feel like that person may be lying to me, that person may be cheating on me, that person may be doing this and that I don't like, the assumption is already in the back of my mind, in my subconscious mind. It is in my radar. That's why it's the most logical outcome for me. So this is the thing. The most logical outcome for me is always going to manifest, okay? So it is working on those beliefs that make you get to that conclusion that someone is doing something that I don't want to experience. You will always see the reflection of the things that you are most dominantly assuming. So if you want to know how much someone can change by the work that you are doing, then the question is, how much have you changed? Okay, because they are just reflecting that change back to you. And this is the problem when we focus on the desire and not on the inner work. Because if you're focusing on the desire, it can be that you think, okay, let me take a look on how I get to that desire that feels outside of me. So it's an approach of lack. I don't have it, okay? When you take a look at the entirety of who you are and say, okay, let me see what kind of beliefs are not suiting me anymore. What kind of change I really want to have to feel about myself and the world around me. Then you see the reflection of that complete change. That's why I advise you guys to always take a look at that area of your life, not on the problem that you are dealing with. If you are dealing with someone that you are manifesting, that's a love interest, then take a look at your relationships, and not only romantic relationships, you know, family, friends, all kinds of relationships that you have, all of the assumptions that you have in that area. If you are dealing with a job problem, then take a look at all of the assumptions that you have at that area, and the same with finances, the same with health. Every change counts, so every change that you achieve within you is going to create a little change outside of you. But of course, It is still about what kind of insecurities and fears and self-doubt and what kind of assumptions and beliefs you have about you and this world, because they are still going to reflect back to you. It's also important to keep in mind that you don't have to be there assuming, oh, that person is going to leave me for that to happen. Okay, it's about a belief about yourself. So if you have that belief, people always want what I have, you're going to create third parties in different areas of your life. If you have the belief, I am not good enough, or the belief, I never get what I want, for example, then the moment that you want something, it's going to exit your life, because that's the assumption, and that creates a reflection. That's why the focus should be on you, not on the person or the thing that you're manifesting. What good would it do to you to be affirming, oh, he loves me, he adores me, he chooses me, blah, 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 if you have the assumption, I never get what I want? If I believe something like that, then I am going to manifest this until a certain point, but I'm not going to have what I want, because that's my assumption. When you work on yourself, you change more than you can ever imagine, because all of the assumptions that right now feel very natural and logical to you, they are not going to feel the same way when you are thinking about life and people from a completely different state of consciousness. Okay? When you are needy or putting people and things on a pedestal, you are acting from a very low state of consciousness. You have forgotten who you are, you've forgotten your power, you've forgotten your value, your worth. You are handing your power to a mirage. When you overcome that low state, then you're not going to see life through those lenses again. Then you're not going to feel that way about yourself, like you have to chase love, like you have to fold yourself into a pretzel to achieve what you want. Okay? If you see yourself as, I'm a queen, I'm a priority, you know, I always get what I want, I am the best thing that has ever happened to that person, I can achieve anything, then you see the reflection of those assumptions. Why would you go back and look at yourself like, no, I need to do something to make that person love me? That won't make sense to you, because you're used to being the prize. And you think about yourself and life and people around you from that perspective. I'm not saying that working on self-concept is always easy breezy. We all have wounds that may be tough to overcome. But what I'm saying is, your relationship with yourself is always going to be the longest relationship that you have. Okay? And being treated as a priority, as the love of someone's life, as the most important thing that has ever happened to them, starts with you. It is worth it, because you deserve that kind of relationship. You deserve to be treated that way, and as I said, it starts with you. Okay? So that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and we are going to talk soon. Bye bye.